Yeah, let's start there. Can you tell us a little bit about what things were like for you before we started doing brain retraining together?
2016, I got, diagnosed, and I developed severe multiple chemical sensitivity in 2016. And since then, I was on my journey to, feel better, which was, a little bit better, somewhere success, somewhere not, but it was very stressful, the whole process, and mainly that not much available. No doctors were really know what to do, how to do, and like real the treatment plan or treatment. So basically, it was I went to numerous doctors and environmental doctor and like ND doctor and all, because the regular doctor not even, not even what know what it's all about. So basically just go to natural medicine, right? And I tried many things. The detoxification, it was like diet and meditation, exercise. And I like to run in the morning. I very disciplined. I have a discipline about my what I do and how I do. I like healthy lifestyle. So and I did completed and the brain retraining program through DNRS. It was a really, I'm thankful for this program, and thank you, Dr. Curitan, because you're the one who told me, like years and years and years later of struggling. So thank you. So I did this program, which helped me um, some, and also I did Gupta retraining program, which has also helped me. And I like to do his meditations and relaxation program. I'm still doing it. So um, yeah, it's been really hard without real help, real like involvement, even um, some some treatment or some specific remedies. But most upsetting was that when I was in really vulnerable, most vulnerable state, when I was first diagnosed with this, and I did not know what's going on, and it's really specific, like illness, but it's like they don't see this as the illness. So and the doctor told me that I will never get better. I will have this all my life, and I was terrified. Like, how is that? I was dying basically. Like I was not able to live my life like every day, do my chores, but just live my life like normal person, and hear this that it's gonna be my, you know the rest of my life I'm gonna be just like that. It was really upsetting on top of everything else that I was going through.
Sorry to interrupt. Can you tell us a little bit about what your daily experience with multiple chemical sensitivity was like? Like, what were you sensitive to? What could you not do? What could you not be around or smell or
In my case, it was everything that smells. It was like I could not. It was very hard when I could not go to like school events for my daughter, like sport events, or go to the meet friends, movie. The I remember my friend was wearing perfume, and I was like, couldn't hug her. I just could not even stay next to her. But she liked perfume. She was using, um, so and those the perfume, the any smells like would make me feel really sick, like headache and body aches, and couldn't sleep. So a lot of very unpleasant symptoms, and hard to concentrate, the brain fog, and inability to focus. So, um, and many, those very unpleasant symptoms, which is basically, stay at home.
Right. It actually led to the point where you couldn't work at your office at a certain point, right? Like
Yes,
because there were too many smells just in your normal office space.
yes, I got really sick. Yes, and I
Mhm.
could not go back to work, and I was on a short-term disability, but I was not approved for long-term disability. So, which was very upsetting. I was really not even, um, you know, could not even go outside, not only like work.
So you did the DNRS and the Gupta program, and you got a little bit of benefit from those, which are also brain retraining programs. But tell me about what it was like when you and I started doing brain retraining together, and we were doing a different type of brain retraining. So tell me a little bit about what that experience was like and what you noticed with your multiple chemical sensitivity as we did it.
Knowing that this specific brain retraining technique, it's combination of like several ones, which is I have a lot of respect, and they help me like EFT, NLP, and DNRS. So I just really, um, you know, so I was excited. And experience. Another part was that um, I like that I was there. It's a 2 hour sessions, and I'm just have to be present there. And I was able to leave everything behind me and be just be in a moment and just let this process happen when I would like I would in contact with my body and mind, and it was it was like a moment was this is it, this was happening. So um and this would really I like this a lot, that it was like almost like you were taking me on a date with me. I had a date with myself or something, I was in for those 2 hours really into me. So um and this and I believe my mind and body and brain really like this process. And it was the message what I was communicated during the session, and I trusted you, and I felt safe, and I listened, and I was doing the guidance I was following. And it's like almost like a art or something. It's just felt right. It felt like um, it's like home. And what I noticed, of course, I'm calm. I feel sleep better, and I feel like it's I'm growing. Like some this I don't know if you ever felt this. I feel like it's more me. I'm bigger now. I'm bigger. Like I'm not this. I'm just become more even confident in some way. And also it just it feels like more like me now. So I have more room for me and my experiences. And of course I noticed that um, the smells that I usually was really they were almost like attacking me. I would never miss something that smells like strongly. Now I notice I'm not really reacting this. It's sometimes even like not even noticing. Yeah, so I know it's a big difference. Not I would not say that I'm completely like there, but I notice it's so much better. And it's becoming like just a smell. And I really hope I know it's going to be there. I'm going to be there. So it's just a smell. It's nothing like, it's no enemy there, it's no danger or something.
So you told me something the other day about smells that used to smell like poison to you that
Yes,
actually smell good now.
yes, I noticed this one. Yeah, so I was like, oh, it smells good. Yeah.
which is pretty cool after so many
Right.
years
Right. Yeah.
of
So
them smelling toxic.
yeah. So it's
So,
pretty good.
so aside from the multiple chemical sensitivity, which is so much better now, let's talk about a little bit about what we actually worked on in the sessions, because I think one thing that people don't really understand sometimes about how brain retraining works is that we are working a lot on trauma, mental and emotional programming, and old emotional baggage that has dysregulated the nervous system, right? That's made it really volatile and imbalanced. And that is what is leading to the health problems being as bad as they are, right? So there may have been an initial trigger for the multiple chemical sensitivity, like a toxin exposure or something like that.
Mhm.
But trauma and all that emotional baggage and nervous system dysregulation just blows it out of the water, just makes our reaction to those things 10 times worse, right? So, can you talk a little bit about what we actually worked on? Because we never actually worked directly on the multiple chemical sensitivity.
Yeah, so we worked on my like some of my childhood trauma, which is I have a history some of childhood trauma. Then we worked on the uh, basic what was the big one we worked on my the stress and the trauma by being like by medical doctors, being treated by medical doctors. And I only mention it just a few, but it's been more. So this trauma. And what else we work about yeah, some medical trauma. So those moments were really stressful and yeah, so upsetting and absolutely. So and I when work is done, then you can see the difference. So then it just sometimes it seems like, oh, it's nothing there, it's maybe it's not the reason. But when you work through this and you get like relief and get rid of whatever you call this, then yeah, this was the reason that that um, stresses and exposure like chemicals. And absolutely it was I had it was a new home. Moved to a new home. It was brand new carpet, new walls. I had a new car which was smelling, I remember, very strong. So, and stress with single parenting, some school work, all of this, and plus many other layers, of course. So, and when it's too much, and
Yeah,
I
it was all the physical stressors, but all the emotional stressors together, right? That's what made the whole house of cards fall down,
yeah,
right?
and this was like maybe like true the last point or something. It's hard to
Right.
the mechanism. Yes, and absolutely um I feel so much lighter now. I feel like I have like more room or more like open space for some other things I want to do. And so it's just kind of you empty the space for other things that were there, occupied by all this old stress and old trauma that they were there.
Yeah. So for people that have never experienced something like this and have trauma in their lives that they haven't resolved, that still brings them an intense stress response when they think about it, can you describe to them what it's like for you now that you're on the other side of some of those traumas? And what I mean by that, like, is when you look back on the traumas that we have worked on, what happens inside you? And how is that different from the way it was when you looked at those traumas or thought about those traumas before we worked on them?
Like I said, I feel so much lighter, and I feel like joy. I feel like so like, and I don't know if people would understand what I'm saying. Just I think, thank God I got, rid of all of this. It's so much, well, if you don't, it's hard to say. People get used to like the state. It's become like a normal. So, and when they go through some, changes and do something, and then it's obvious for you, then no, this is how I should feel, this is normal. So absolutely, it's I like I said, I feel like I want to do more things. I am like, I feel much lighter and like sleep better. And I'm so glad that I learned about this, and I did this and tried this. Because I mean, if I think about, if I didn't know about this, and I will continue to um, you know struggle and continue to like do some, I don't know, more detox, more some, I don't know, other therapies, who knows, oxygen or whatever. I don't know. I never tried those ones, but I believe that brain, it's such a it's a powerful thing. It's all lot of it's all here. It's a lot here. This is our main like program here, that main brain and body connection. And I think many people like underestimate the power of your brain, and how precious this things, and what we need to do to help our brain healthy. And I totally I know that the brain loves this exercise. The brain love this. It's like,
Yeah, you've experienced that now. You can
yes,
actually see how powerful the brain is because you've witnessed it
yes.
change. You've witnessed how plastic it can be. You've witnessed that memories are not static, that they can become, even very traumatic memories can become very benign. And you've witnessed that that can have a profound impact on your physical health, which many people still have not ever experienced. They just they haven't tried it, so they don't know, right? So
Absolutely.
when
Absolutely.
you I just wanted to see if you can describe this a little bit for people. When you think about the traumatic memories that we worked on, like when you actually go back to them in your mind, does your body react now to those memories? Does your brain produce a stress response still?
Uh,
Or what is that like now?
and this what was really like noticeable in session, that it seems like like you it just happened. It just was. It's not really no response, no reaction. It's like old memory, which is not even matter anymore. It just memory. It's just something happened, and all behind. So no attachment, no connections, like no any relationship to this. So, and it's
Had you tried anything else to heal those traumas before?
uh I did like EMDR. I had some uh EMDR, and I did this kind of therapy. And some, like I said, I did like EFT myself, like a lot. And um basically not much, that like maybe some somatic um but not something like that. No, not I not a which one we like. I can't even think about like.
That's good. No, that's good because I think those are some of the top three that a lot of other people have tried to heal their traumas, and they haven't gotten a lot of people to where they want to go in terms of healing those traumas. They do work for a lot of people, but for some people they don't. And so it's good for people to know that even if they've tried those things, there's still more out there that can help them. So I think that's helpful. My other question was about how this transformed your experience of the trauma of just having a severe chronic illness in general, right? Because
Right.
a lot of people don't realize that the illness itself can be a traumatic experience, particularly if it's very disabling, right? And it changes your whole world. You can't do all the things you used to do. Maybe it changes your financial situation, all your relationships, right? So there are traumas that come from having a complex chronic illness, and there's a lot of value in working on that and transforming that trauma so that it is no longer playing out in you on a day-to-day basis. And that's some work that you did too. So when you think about those early experiences you had with chronic illness, I know when we first started working together, those were very painful, very charged, tons of emotion there, understandably so. Do they also feel like a distant, story?
Yes, yes, you become a different person. I'm not the, yes, I'm not the, it's all kind of in the past. I'm become a different person. I am not, I'm free from that. It's not bothering me. It's not there. It's just not in my like awareness anymore. It's not in my, reality in a way anymore. So it,
And I think, you've achieved these changes in 6 months or so. We've maybe averaged like 2 sessions a month.
yeah, I
Does that
guess
sound
so.
about right?
So yes, I get like this what I was thinking, like
Maybe
five or
one,
six.
sometimes one session a month. Like sometimes we couldn't have them very often. So you've done a lot in a very short period of time. All right. Well, you are, I think, free to enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for joining us for this call. We really appreciate it. It means a lot that you shared your story.
Thank you so much for all of your help, and thank you so much